Hey everyone, welcome to Autocar Professional's POV, our explainer series where we break down the biggest shifts in the global automotive industry from an Indian lens. Today we are diving into one of the most critical but under the radar issues threatening India's EV momentum. A rare earth supply crisis that could bring parts of the industry to a grinding halt. We're talking production delays, launch cancellations, price hikes, all triggered by a component most of us never think about: rare earth magnets. What are rare earth magnets and why do they matter? Rare earth magnets, mostly made of neodymium, iron and boron, are unsung heroes of modern mobility. They power motors in EVs, steering systems, infotainment setups and even catalytic converters in ICE. But in EVs, they're non-negotiable. And here's the kicker: India imports 85% of rare earth magnets from just one country, China. After the US imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, China retaliated, tightening export licenses on critical materials including rare earth magnets. Hence, there's a growing supply crunch that's already hitting Indian automakers. Bajaj Auto has halved its EV output, Ather Energy has cut production by 10%, Maruti Suzuki has slashed its electric Vitara production plans by 2/3. This may not be a global EV crisis yet, but for India, it's starting to feel like one. Here's the irony: India has the 5th largest rare earth reserves in the world, around 6.9 million tons, but we produce less than 1% of the world's rare earths. Why? Because China has spent decades building it, not just mining and refining capabilities, but full stack control over magnet manufacturing, the most value intensive part of the chain, that is. India is still at square one. More than 100 Indian companies have filed import applications from China. None have been approved yet. This crisis has made one thing clear: we can't afford to depend on a single country anymore. India doesn't just need to boost domestic output, it needs to diversify its rare earth supply chain. That means building strategic trade relationships with other rare earth producers like Vietnam, Australia, Brazil, the United States. Only then can we build a truly resilient, future-proof EV ecosystem. Because if China relaxes restrictions tomorrow, investor confidence won't just return unless India proves it can secure stable, multi-country supply lines. The Indian government for sure is treating it as a wake-up call. A new 1,345 crore incentive scheme has been launched to kickstart domestic rare earth magnet manufacturing. Under the National Critical Mineral Mission, India has just greenlit 1,200 new mineral exploration projects. It's a start for sure, but the road ahead is long. With magnets in short supply, automakers are identifying where magnets are absolutely essential, like tractor motors, and cutting them from non-core features like powered seats, windows, or mirrors. Kind of like the semiconductor crunch, remember? It's like that all over again, when infotainment and ADAS were stripped from cars just to keep the assembly lines moving. Globally, companies like BMW and Renault are already adopting external excited motors that don't need magnets. India too needs similar solutions. Even on the battery side, there's growing momentum behind LFP and sodium-ion chemistries that avoid cobalt and nickel. This crisis couldn't have come at a worse time. The festive season, September to December, accounts for up to 35% of India's annual auto sales. If rare earth supplies aren't restored by then, we could see production delays of about 2 to 6 months, price hikes by, say, more than 8%, postponed EV launches. EVs may feel futuristic, but they still depend on very early problems. Until India builds domestic refining and magnet making capacity, diversifies import sources, invests in rare earth free tech, our electric dreams are at the risk of stalling. But maybe, just maybe, this supply shock is the jolt India needed to finally build a secure, self-reliant rare earth ecosystem. Thanks for watching Autocar Professional's POV. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.